Hello students, welcome back. This is class 10th, subject English. Today we are going to start letter writing, in which we will do formal letter and informal letter. Today we are going to learn the letters to the editor. This is my lecture number 1. Topics to be covered today: letter writing, kinds of letters, format of formal letter, and then we shall discuss some samples of letters to the editor. Then homework solution of lecture 2 of tenses. So let us move to letter writing. A letter is a written message that can be handwritten or printed on paper. Letters are actually written communications. Writing letters is an art and it is mastered through practice only. So the importance of letter writing can be overemphasized. Letters also develop social discourse, strengthen business relations, and win over the officers and employers. Kinds of letters. Letter writing can be divided into two main kinds: formal letters and informal letters. Formal letters include business letters, applications for jobs, letters to editors, letters to principal officers, and letters of complaints to authorities. And informal letters are written to friends, relatives, and parents. So these include private and personal matters such as congratulations, invitation, etc. But today we are going to talk about the letters which are asked in CBSE class 10th English exam. So types of letters to be asked in CBSE class 10th English exam are: letter to the editor of a newspaper. It includes drawing the public attention towards social or common issues. Complaint letters are asked, reporting a lost wallet, cycle, etc. Complaint on neighbors, poor facilities at tourist place, etc. Then next is order placing letter, ordering books, equipments for school, etc. Then next is inquiry letter, planning a trip, details for joining a class, etc. So these are included in class 10th syllabus. But today we are going to start letter to the editor of a newspaper. In this lecture, I am going to tell you about the letter to the editor of a newspaper. Format of a formal letter includes the following points need to be taken into consideration while writing a formal letter. First point, a formal letter strictly follows the prescribed format for writing a formal letter. That today we are going to do. Then, use of colloquial words, abbreviations and slang language should be restricted while writing a formal letter. Only formal language is used. A formal letter must be precise and to the point. Next point is the subject line is very important in a formal letter. Let us move to the format of formal letter. There is a strict format to follow while writing a formal letter, which is explained below. First step of writing a formal letter is sender's address. On the left side of the page, just next to the margin, write the sender's address or contact details. So the complete address of the sender is written on the top of the page, preferably on the left side. Then next point is date. After leaving one line, below the sender's address, write the date. And date is like 10th July 2020 or July 10, 2020. Next step is receiver's address. After date, write the address of the receiver, like the officer, the principal, or editor. Then next is subject of the letter. Here you have to mention the main purpose of the letter in 4-5 words. Means the subject should be mentioned briefly. This helps in speedy compliance. The next is salutation or greeting, we can say. The writer uses appropriate words for the receiver according to his or her relation. So the salutation comes just below the subject of the letter, and the salutation may be written like this: respected sir or madam or dear sir. Then important part of a letter, body of the letter. Here you have to explain the matter of your letter. It is very important part of the letter. It contains the actual message to be conveyed, and it may be broken into various parts. Body of letter must be divided into 3 paragraphs as follows. First is introductory paragraph, then main body of the letter, then concluding paragraph. Next one is complimentary, closing, or subscription. It is actually simply a polite way of leave taking. It should agree in style and tone with the salutation. If you have used sir or madam in your salutation, the subscription is yours faithfully. However, if the person addressed is known to the writer and is addressed as dear sir or madam, then yours sincerely may be used. Then next is sender's name, signature, and designation. The signature is put below the subscription, and in formal letters the name and designation should follow the signature. So this is the format of a formal letter. Now let us move to the samples of writing a letter to the editor. Here I have taken 2 samples. So let us begin with this. First one, write a letter to the editor of the Times of India complaining about the nuisance created by the use of loudspeakers. You are Piyush Sharma, a resident of Sector 15, Vasundhara Enclave, New Delhi. So first of all, we are going to write the address of the sender or the writer, Sector 15, Vasundhara Enclave, New Delhi. Then after leaving one line, we shall write date 18th October and then 2020 or any other year. Then after leaving one line, we shall write the receiver's address, the editor, the Times of India and New Delhi. After this, subject will be regarding the indiscriminate use of loudspeakers. Then salutation, dear sir. Then the body of the letter. I would like to draw the kind attention of the concerned authorities towards the indiscriminate use of loudspeakers through the columns of your esteemed newspaper. So this is introductory paragraph. Then next, main content. Nowadays, The use of loudspeakers at religious places, political gatherings, marriages, etc. has become a very common sight. The organizers of these events do not bother to turn off the loudspeakers after the stipulated time. In a lot of cases, the use of loudspeakers continues till late in the night. This creates a lot of nuisance and disturbance for a lot of people, especially students and senior citizens. Now this is third paragraph, the concluding paragraph. I would want the authorities to look into this matter and put strict rules in place. They must ensure that the use of loudspeakers does not continue after the stipulated time is over. Their efforts in this regard would be much appreciated by one and all. Yours truly, then signature, then name of the writer. Now, this is the second example that today I have taken. Write a letter to the editor of a local daily regarding the condition of bad roads in your locality, A2678, Sector 10. So, first of all, sender's address, Ashoka Enclave, New Delhi 110076. Then after leaving one line, date. Then after leaving one line, receiver's address, the editor, the Times of India, then the city name, New Delhi, then subject, regarding the bad condition of roads in our colony. Next step is salutation, dear sir. Then introductory paragraph. I would like to draw the kind attention of the concerned authorities towards the bad condition of roads in Ashoka Enclave through the columns of your esteemed newspaper. The roads are in bad condition with open potholes, due to which the vehicles are not able to move freely. During the rainy season, water gets collected in these holes, due to which many accidents take place. The roads are broken due to indiscriminate digging of roads from time to time. The residents of our colony have suffered a lot in the past few months. Now, this is concluding paragraph. I would request the concerned authorities to look into this matter and take immediate action. They must ensure that the roads are safe and smooth for the easy movement of traffic and for the safety of the people. Their efforts in this regard would be much appreciated by one and all. Yours truly, then signature, then name, resident of Ashoka Enclave. So, this is the example of letter to the editor. Now move to your homework. Write a letter to the editor of a newspaper about the harmful effects of reckless driving. In your letter, you have to explain why reckless driving poses great danger to lives and property. Second question, write a letter to the editor for highlighting the value of education. So students, you are supposed to write these two letters in your English notebook. This is class 10th, subject English, lecture 2, homework solution. Tenses in grammar, chapter 6. And in lecture 2, we discussed present perfect and present perfect continuous tense. So let us move to the homework solution. Complete the following sentences with the correct present perfect and present perfect continuous forms. In present perfect tense, we use subject plus has or have plus third form of the verb plus object, and in present perfect continuous form tense, we use subject plus has been or have been plus first form plus ing and plus object. So let us begin with the first sentence. Mrs. Snow has made a fantastic cake. So the verb is make. Here we have used present perfect tense because the action has been completed. Debbie dashed a new bike. So Debbie has bought a new bike. I have not fed my little dog yet. Here yet is given. The key word with yet, so far, already, just now we use present perfect tense. Sally and Jenny have got a new CD player. Here Sally and Jenny, they form plural subject. So that's why here I have used have. With I also we use have. Krish has not found wood for a raft. The pupils, plural subject, have not done their homework. So, have not done is used here. Nick can't play football today. He has had an accident with his bike. Here verb is given have. So, in helping verb with he I have used has. And the past form, the third form of have is had. Then 8. Liz has not finished her homework yet. Then 9th one. Has Julia been to school today? It is interrogative sentence. That's why I have used has in the beginning. Then once again interrogative sentence. What have you made for lunch today, mom? Then 11th. Bill has tidied up his cage but he has not washed the dishes. Then next sentence. Sandra has bought a lot of things for her birthday party, but she has not made the cakes yet. So here also we have used present perfect tense because the action is completed. Then 13th is she has been waiting there since 8 a.m. Here time is given, since is given, point of time is given. That's why here it is used since. So that's why we are going to use here present perfect continuous tense. Then what have you been doing all these years? Then the same thing, present perfect continuous tense will be used here. Time is given. Then they have been living in this house since 1990. Since, and with since time is also mentioned. So that's why we are going to use here present perfect continuous tense. So this is the homework solution of lecture 2. Thank you.